final destination.
All skills on.
No odd job. Slappers only.
Bapanada. We're talking about Hollow Knight this week, Max.
Hey, Jordan, what kind of shoes does Hornet like to wear?
I don't know. Gendered shoes.
Puma. Now, you'd think I would say Adidas, but I'm above that. That fruit is too low-hanging for me.
I see. What... Suppose I was watching a hit episode of the wonderful volleyball anime, and a character had just received a killer serve, and it was a little off course. What would they say? I think they would say, Kagayama, Doma, Doma.
Now, that's better than anything else come up, because I'm like, how can I work the Defensive Marriage Act into a joke about Dung Defender?
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
I would not go down that road.
What would Dung Defender say if he was a bigoted Republican and he was voting?
Well, let me tell you, Jordan, he's already covered in shit.
No! Don't ever disrespect him like that. Hey, everybody, it's Slappers Only, a video game music showdown podcast. I'm Jordan, and Max is here as always. We're talking about Hollow Knight. Disclaimer!
Hey.
Disclaimer time. Hollow Knight is a $15 video game. It's one of the best indie games ever made. And we here at Slappers Only Industries agree that this game is best played completely blind, including the music, including the encounters, including the boss fights. We're going to be and we can't not talk about those in a way that doesn't at least spoil the surprise of your journey through Hallownest. So I say, and Max agrees, that if you have not played Hollow Knight, go play it. It's $15. It's one of the best games that I've ever played. Come back, listen to it. You'll appreciate it a lot more. So I want you all to go do your homework and then come back, because I don't want to ruin this game for you, because everything in it is fucking cool.
Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Turn back if you have not finished the game.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm talking about... I personally am not talking about any final boss stuff, but even the early bosses, I wouldn't want to spoil. So
it's the kind of game you like. It's, you know, like we said, it is, I think, the best Metroidvania ever made.
Thank you for saying that term and not the bad one that you insist on using sometimes.
Well, I have to give you some concessions. You know, sometimes I'm not always a heel, Jordan.
only when you're playing Pokemon.
Only when everyone decides to bully me for being good.
Don't hate me because I'm the best at Pokemon sometimes. So
Bug Game.
I played Bug Game. I beat it like a week ago, maybe 2.
It's been,
for the first time.
Yeah, like 2 weeks, maybe 3.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. And it was incredible. And I picked it up on Switch a while ago, and I kind of fell off it after City of Tears, just because that point opens the game up a whole lot. Yeah. And Switch games kind of hurt to play after a while for me, so playing it on PC with a proper controller, was just a very nice experience. And it was, once you let that game sink its teeth into you, you really can't stop thinking about it. It
sinks that proboscis right up in you.
Yeah, it really sinks its mandibles into you.
I think for me, so I actually played Hollow Knight years ago. Like when it first came to PC, I had like a pretty crappy computer, so I got it on Steam, and I played like 10 minutes of it, and it just ran so poorly. Like that very first area, King's Passage or whatever it's called, like the frames were chugging, and I was like, I feel bad. It's the kind of game I really want to play. Like I love Metroidvania games, I love bugs. But like I got a refund on it, because I was like, well, this isn't really, I'm not going to be able to play it if it runs this poorly. And then it came to Switch, and I played it, and I realized, this game is one of the fucking best games ever made. In fact, I'd say it's my second favorite game of all time. You know what my favorite is. But it is just absolutely a wondrous delight. I love my little bugs. I love that something that drives me crazy that my dad always does is he'll be like, well, it's not a bug if it's not a true bug. A true bug has biting and sucking mouth parts and wings and 6 legs. And I'm like, okay, but a jellyfish is a bug. So checkmate, atheists. According to Hollow Knight, it's a bug.
Well, I'm not gonna say. I mean, okay, bugs, spiders, yes, bugs. Yes.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, in the context of Hollow Knight, a jellyfish is a bug. I don't call a jellyfish a bug in real life, but like, I look at a spider and say that's a bug because it's a bug.
That's a bug. That's not an insect. It's a bug. Yeah.
A bug is not a scientific term. A bug is just
no.
A bug is a vibe.
Yeah, but a bug is a vibe. Now, let's see. What other things can we say about Hollow Knight before we start talking about Chris Larkin's great score? It is very good.
Very, very
Christopher
good.
Larkin, yeah, very good. It is got a very nice aesthetic, great art style, made by like fucking 3 people or something. Very big game. Big game. Took me like what, 25-ish hours, and I didn't see all the content.
My first 100% run is about 40 hours. Like,
Damn.
it's a $15 game. How did they do it?
It's a $15 game. It plays very nicely. It's got DLC that is completely free of charge.
Well, technically not, because the Hornet game that's coming out was originally meant to be DLC, and they realized, oh, let's just make it a game. And I said,
that'll
yes,
come
please,
out
thank
eventually,
you very much.
maybe. We'll see.
Look, Silksong will come out when The Winds of Winter comes out.
Silksong, Breath of the Wild 2, and Winds of Winter will all come out at the same time. And Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, it brings me no pleasure to say this, listeners.
You're going to open up your copy of Winds of Winter, and much like some textbooks come bundled with a CD, The Winds of Winter will come bundled with Bayonetta 3.
It's gonna be like hollowed out, and there's gonna be 2 little Switch cartridges and like the hollowed out hardcover of it.
Oh my god. Let's talk about some music, shall we?
Oh, I'd like to.
Very nice score to this game.
Yeah.
Very kind of somber at times, but it picks up a lot.
It's sad. It's intense. It's like a lot of piano. Barely any percussion whatsoever. It's very like contemplative, melancholic music.
Yeah. So this game is, it's kind of Dark Souls meets Metroidvania with its own, sort of lore that is pretty hard to uncover at times. But yes, the game is very somber. It's very much a world of sort of ruin, a world that was once, prosperous and nice, but now everyone there is kind of a zombie. So it's a lot of it is very sad. The music, it's kind of grim.
It fits the world
sometimes
very well.
Sometimes it's literally quite grim.
Oh,
also because the DLC is included in the bundle and you don't have to pay for it, that's all fair game.
Yes. Yeah, it's integrated into the game in a way that you literally wouldn't know it was DLC.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know at first that like the Grim Troop wasn't just in the game.
Did you ever do the Hive?
Uh-huh.
That boss at the end of the Hive was DLC. Like the Hive was there, but the boss at the end wasn't. That's
weird. A great boss. I love that boss.
I like it a lot. Him Buzz.
The bees are a welcome inclusion to Hollow Knight, I think. Because I played that game and I was like, well, there's one kind of bug that I'm surprised is not in the game, which is bees. And then I found the bees and I was like, oh, those were bees all along.
Very easy to miss the Hive.
Oh, truly. All right, Max, I believe it is your turn to start.
I believe you're correct. Jordan, let me hit you with... We're not going to do any fighting yet.
No.
We're gonna go exploring because this is Hallownest.
Yeah.
Or Hallownest, rather. This is a very, very richly designed world, very dense. It's like Dark Souls. It's like Metroid spaghetti everywhere, passages to different places. And I want to talk about a place that's a little inconvenient. You have to go through this place a couple times, and it's kind of used to get around a lot of places, but it's hard to kind of get there yourself.
Yeah.
And this kind of has a lot of, areas you'd expect from a sort of Metroidvania game. You have your default, your normal-ass caves. You have, this place is like a forest. It's all green.
It's a big city.
Yeah, a big city. This place is like, scary, creepy, crawly caves. And something that I like a lot in games is when they get kind of goofy with it. Like, so my question is, what if a whole cave was mushrooms?
Oh, okay.
I want to talk about the fungal wastes, Jordan.
Oh.
It's like it's a very weirdly not jaunty theme, but it's like it feels like you're up to something, right? It feels like you're just sneaking around being a little scamp sometimes.
It's got the sort of pizzicato strings that are emblematic of mischief and sneaking. Now, it's really surprising to me, Max, my good friend, that everyone plays Hollow Knight and says, "Oh, I can't believe there are jellyfish in here." Jellyfish aren't bugs, when everyone seems to forget that neither are mushrooms.
Neither are mushrooms, and neither are weird balloon mushroom creatures.
Yeah, I don't understand why the jellyfish get away with it when the mushrooms seem to the mushrooms seem to get by completely unknown. I mean, listen, I like the mushrooms, and I think every Hollow Knight bug is valid. Mushrooms are not bugs.
Yeah, not enough people are saying this, Jordan, but I think we can finally firmly take a stand on this podcast and say mushrooms are not bugs.
I'll tell you an unpopular opinion that maybe is controversial, and Max, you know through my Hollow Knight escapades that I was a real bastard when I played this game.
Yeah, you did some crimes, didn't you?
I did some crimes, and I think I got caught up in it, so I'll say that I enjoy...
Wow! Yeah, just fucking I got a kick out of right that. Up. I'm not here to talk about Hollow Knight lore, but I do like how the mushrooms are also their own civilization within Hallownest.
I thought all of the sort of discrete areas are sort of their own,
they're all given sentience by the worm, but they're basically sort of different states within the kingdom, because there's the mantises, there's the mushrooms, there's the bees, there's the spiders, and there's the bugs. I think, and the moths were from before.
And the moths are kind of
But yeah, I like that, the mushrooms have their own little thing right next to the city, but they just kind of hang out. They don't really go anywhere else. They're just, content to go, wah, 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 wah. They're just fun, and I really like the fungal wastes. I just think it's this weird, it's not the most inconvenient area to get around, but you kind of need to go through there a lot. Going through fungal wastes is the easiest way to get into certain parts of Deep Nest. You always obviously have to go there to get the mantis claw. You have to go there to get to the city. So it's this very... I feel like it has very good exploration music because it kind of, you're thrown off enough by going into mushrooms. Because oh, I thought this was a bug game, not a mushroom game. But, you get, like you said, the pizzicato strings. You get this nice little, echoey wood block in the background.
Yeah, I like the wood block. It's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just this nice, silly, interesting feel that I feel kind of shakes the game up right before you get the mantis claw and you realize, oh, the world really starting to open up for me now. It's this one...
Once you get the mantis claw, the world almost becomes overwhelmingly
the world is your
available.
Clam,
yeah.
I would say the mantis claw is a bigger movement upgrade than the double jump is.
I would definitely agree. Well, I believe it is. I shall present to you a song.
I got nothing more to say about Mushroom Land.
I would say that in Hollow Knight, there's a very good distinction between fights where it is a fight to the death with risks and stakes versus a fight that is a sort of pleasant battle between combatants or a test of strength
like an exhibition.
Or something along those lines. Yeah, exactly. And there are a couple great examples of that in this game, but the first one I want to talk about is kind of close to your area that you just talked about, because at the bottom of Fungal Waste, there is a wonderful village full of mantises that I definitely didn't farm for cash after they stopped being hostile to me. And their rulers are the Mantis Lords, and they will test you. They're kind of the first part of the game that demands you it's the first part of the game that's kind of testing your pattern recognition skills. And boy, oh boy, does their music whip. So my second pick is Mantis Lords, yes. So this music is very harpsichord dominated, and Max, we've talked a lot about Hollow Knight combat and how you say that it is like a dance, and I think this fight most exemplifies both the dance-like pattern recognition and call and response of the combat, as well as in the music, this being sort of this refined and elegant battle theme for these sort of noble Mantis Lords, and I really like that about it.
It's cool. I love, because you get to the bottom of the Mantis village, and they're just sitting on their throne, right?
Yeah.
they're the ones who are like kind of. I mean, they're not guarding anything. They're just hanging out. You get the Mantis Claw later, or you get the Mantis Claw in there. But
when you go to find them, it just says challenge, I believe. Like
Yes.
you have to initiate the fight, and then they'll be like, okay, and you don't kill them when they're done. They're just
no,
like, all right,
they just sit back down.
Yep, they're just like, all right, cool, let's go.
It's such a cool fight because like it's one of the maybe like scariest fights because like they're not on the screen that much. They pop on the screen, they'll like dash in, attack you, dash out, and then you kind of got to wait for them to come back at you. So you really feel like you're on the defensive the entire time the first time you do it. But then you kind of realize the entire boss is just like a test of are you paying attention in combat.
Exactly. The second you figure out what you need to do to defeat them, it is so easy. Like it really is just it's the game telling you, it's a tutorial in a way.
It really is.
Where the game is telling you, the way that you beat Hollow Knight is you watch the attacks and you figure out how to punish them, and it's as simple as that. And the second you figure out the sort of the pattern, the responses, then you are golden. So I really like that. I like the sort of steady, like kind of intense bass, the like bass under it. A lot of nice strings in this one. A lot of nice strings in the whole album. But I just really like the intensity that they add. The
it's like stabbing almost.
Exactly. They're very sharp. Mantis stab. But yeah, the first I just love that moment. That moment for the first time in the game where it clicks for you of like you see the Mantis Lords and you're like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to do this? Whoa, hey, whoa. And then you have that realization, like you see the fucking code in the Matrix. I see what I need to do.
It's almost like a diegetic test of the Mantises being like, all right, Vessel, let's see if you can actually do what you set out to do.
Exactly.
You know?
There's a few, I'd say there's a few fights in this game that maybe push it for me of like how where there's sort of elements of randomness that maybe make it less fun. But most of the boss fights in this game are very, very good at like being incredibly fair and basically just saying like, learn the patterns and the reflexes and you will be good. There's just a few that have like sort of irritating randomness to them that I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, I never like fighting Uomu or Umu, the giant jellyfish with coral.
Yeah,
that one's always an annoying fight.
I think Umu, the Watcher Knights are really cool once you do them, but the fact that they can kind of bounce anywhere
it's a really fucking
wears
big
down.
Wall. Yeah.
Yeah. The Vessel, the corrupted Vessel, I think it's called, with the ghosts.
Yeah.
The ghosts add a really irritating. Oh, and then the fucking horrible false, what's it called? False champion.
Failed champion. The dream
failed
fight?
champion.
That
fight's
a
falling
fucker.
rocks. That with the falling rocks, once again, when you lose that element of sort of predictability, even when the predictability is hard, because like I mean, fucking Nightmare King Grim, for example, is incredibly hard, but it is all about just responding to the patterns, right?
It's pattern, right? Exactly. It's like if you when you do it, the winning run, you're barely going to get hit because you're so
barely
fucking attuned to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't know why we're talking about bosses right now, but I just wanted to say, like, when you have to introduce those elements like the falling rocks or the ghosts in the corrupted Vestal fight, things like that just really bothered me just because it felt like they kind of go against the core combat sort of idea of the game.
It's not refined, right?
No, it doesn't feel fair as much.
Exactly.
Like the rest of the game feels very, very hard, but very, very fair. Whereas those just feel like you'll take hits that are kind of bullshit.
Yeah, better just hope you're lucky.
Yeah. All right, you bring your next slapper, Max.
Real quick,
I feel a lot of
Real quick, defeating failed champion and 1/2 A press. Watch out for falling rocks. Thank you.
All right, that's not bad.
Yeah. Okay, that's something. Anyway, it is my turn, and this is a big struggle because I really want to. There's some songs I really want to bring that like I want to rely on you bringing. Like I want to, my plan is for you to have a plan. But like there's just some songs that I really didn't like because you playing Hollow Knight inspired me to play Hollow Knight for the 5th time. And on my most recent playthrough, there's a lot of tracks I never really noticed much until most recently. So I'm going to talk about another one of them. This is a theme for, I want to say, an entirely optional area that you might never even make it to. And you'd go there and you'd think it's a snow area, but it's not. It's it's dead worm is what you're being covered in.
I love that.
I want to talk to you about Kingdom's Edge, Jordan.
Oh my god, what a good pick. It's not...
It is tragic.
When I found this area... First of all, how amazingly well hidden this area is.
I know!
There's
You'd never even
two
think.
ways. There's only... when I found this area through the King Station secret entrance, I think there's two areas. One is
It's either the tram down below, or you have to go through the water in King Station.
So you either need to find the tram key in Deep Nest, or you need to break through a hidden wall. And then you even still, the game is really mean about it because you break through the hidden wall, and what you do find is a grub down there. So you could easily say, I found the hidden grub, and then turn around and leave.
Goodbye forever.
And miss one of the coolest areas in the game, which has its own even cooler sub area, as well as a boss.
As well as, like, you need to do it for the true ending.
For the true ending, yeah. But Kingdom's Edge, the music in this area is simply, it's really gorgeous.
I am a sucker for chimes in music. One of my favorite tracks of all of Monster Hunter is a village that has all these like wind chimes that you hear throughout the whole track. So like when I hear wind chimes, it's just such this nice calming feeling. Honestly, it might be like nostalgia because my mom had like a trillion wind chimes when we were growing up. So I would always like, that noise is just a very nice calming noise for me. So it's like when you hear these like weird echoey low chimes, it's like this strange, mysterious scene. There's like really light harp being plucked over the track. It's just like, it's like, I know the entire game can be described as having this like sad melancholic feel, but I feel like Kingdom's Edge really, really gets to that point,
And I think that having it be sort of woodwind dominated in the melody, it creates a very big, like, it's a very spacious song as opposed to a lot of others that are like string dominated in this way that is, trying to reflect this sad and somber attitude. Kingdom's Edge, I just feel like the thing about Kingdom's Edge is that it is sort of the beginning of the kingdom and the end of the kingdom, because it's right at the end of Hallownest.
It's like symmetry.
But also it's if you know what's there, you know that one of the most important sort of things in the game is right there. But yeah, it's very much like, there's all this decay, there's the ashes of the big worm, there's bodies falling from the fucking ceiling for good reasons.
From the fucking nasty Coliseum up top, from Thunderdome up there.
There's at least one very good boss fight here. But yes, I love Kingdom's Edge. I think it's such a sort of striking area to explore. Those sort of arpeggios that last through the whole song.
Yeah.
It's very pretty. I really like it.
Something I really like about Kingdom's Edge, and this is kind of true for the whole game. So, did you ever find Bardoon, that huge-ass worm guy, the big old grub?
Yeah, the guy who's just like tells you basically some lore, some
gives you a
lore.
Dump. Yeah, a couple of NPCs exist to just give you lore throughout Hollow Knight. But something that I really, really like. So at some point in the game, you get this thing called the Dream Nail, which allows you to enter dreams, and that like kind of spurs you through the whole story, and then you learn so much more about the game that way. And you'd think that like having the ability to enter people's minds and see their dreams and read their thoughts is treated as this like insanely reverent thing, and like, it's this huge secret that only you get. But like half the NPCs in the game are like, hey, why are you in my mind?
Why are you doing
that? I really like that. It's juxtaposition of, oh, I have this item that in any other game would be like the coolest thing in the world, but to like half the people in Hollow Knight, it's a normal ass thing. They're just like, oh yeah, you can do that too. What up? Like when you do it to Bardoon, he's like, can you not poke in my mind, please? I don't have any secrets for you. I just really
Same with,
the seer.
The seer. Yeah, the seer does it, the queen does
shamans.
it. Mm-hmm. All of the characters who were sort of like very intelligent, I guess. Or like their minds are like sort of trained in a way. Will see through your attempt to read their mind and be like, hey, what are you doing? Stop that.
Aware of the dreams. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's really cool. I like Bardoon though, because I like how he's this very, very long grub, and you can find his butt lower down. And then if you like hit his butt enough times, you talk to him and be like, that feeling was not entirely unpleasant. It's just like, oh, that's funny.
Okay,
It's
that's
just
a little
silly.
funny joke. Just a little bit of humor. There's some good moments of humor in this game, I think.
Like Zote's entire existence for one.
Yeah, Zote is really funny. I think some of the dreams, the like, what are they called? The Dream Warriors? Like Gorb is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just some good humor in the. I mean, the grubs in general are very silly. Good choice. Kingdom's Edge, great choice. All right, Max, I'm bringing the song that you wanted me to bring. I'll put my cards down on the table for you. I know what you wanted. Sure. You know that I know what you wanted.
Yeah, I know that you know that I know that you know what I wanted.
So we were talking about songs of characters who were just testing you to see if you are worthy of doing the things that you're doing. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the big one. Let's talk about what if sister? What if sister? What if gender? What if Bug had gender? I'm posting angrily to my Twitter about how Hollow Knight has too much politics in it, and I think it's just because I played it and I saw them use the word gender and it made me angry.
They removed her vagina exoskeleton, Jordan.
So yeah, they took out Hornet's vagina bones, and I got so angry, and also her cleavage. That was really disgraceful that they redesigned her that way for the fun. Because I knew what it. Yeah, but her music is good at least. So let's talk about
very good.
Let's talk about Hornet.
Let's talk about my sister.
You're my sister, Hornet. Well, first thing I'm going to say is that Hornet is very cool and deserves. I think this character is so cool. I think she deserves her own damn game.
Huh? What a concept! I love the introduction to Hornet. First of all, is great because it's like you just see her and she just like darts out of you. You're like, huh? What the fuck? Come back here.
She's guiding you through the They use Hornet as a way to sort of guide you through the level, which is really cool. Once again, very Christopher Larkin really likes to just for combat sections just have these very steady 4/4 strings just to give you a nice sort of almost like a metronome.
It's a rhythm to the combat. Fight. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it gives you a good and I really like Hornet's sort of it's minor key, but it has this triumphantness to it, especially in the chorus where you get some very nice like kind of major chords, and there's like these sort of chromatic phrases that give way to these very pleasant sounding major phrases that are really nice, but it doesn't stay very long. It goes right back to minor key, but it's just so pleasant to the ears, this fight, and you get to have it twice.
You get to have it twice, and I've heard varying things on Hornet 2, Hornet Sentinel, as I believe she's called. Mm-hmm. Some people like it. Some people like despise that fight to an insane degree. Why? I don't know. I remember one of my friends when she was playing the game, she like nearly quit the game at Hornet Sentinel because
it was so hard.
I guess. I mean, I'm not to say like I guess in a like looking down upon manner, but like it's harder for sure. She has those like spikes that she puts in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They're kind of. I'll tell you one thing I really like. I really like there's a part where the music turns into these 16th note triplets, and then it adds the regular triplets on top. So fucking good. I love that section.
It's like it's very complex, but like again, it's complex to a degree that makes it feel like very cool background noise that you can still pick out the rhythm to. Like, I feel like if it had a funky time signature, it would get harder to kind of parse.
No, yeah. I'm gonna lose my mind if they play the dun 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 dun. If they play that in Silk Song, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, if in any way, if they use that motif at all, just once even, I'll be like, just fuck, once. Holy shit.
Like if that's the first thing you hear when you start the game, I'd be like, let's fucking go. I'd be laughing.
Like if it plays like a sad, somber piano version of it.
Oh, like a twisted, fucked up cover piano version of it for the Snyder Cut Silk Song.
It just has such a personality to it, I think.
It really does. You know, and Hornet is like this other main character, because the whole time, at first you think she's stopping you, then you realize, oh, she is just testing you because she wants you, like, she realizes that, okay, if you're really going to do this thing you're going to do, like, I'm going to make sure you're strong enough to do it.
Hey, how fucked up is it that you can just trap Hornet in the egg if you do
it's
the
awful.
ending wrong?
If you do the, oh god, it's truly wretched.
Yeah. At least the game lets you quickly undo your horrible mistake.
So, one of the Colosseum endings, Jordan, is almost even worse. Where
you mean the God Home endings, right?
That's what I meant. Yeah, one of the God Home endings is even worse because if you beat the full Pantheon, so you know how you become that fucked up like Void Coalescence when you kill Radiance at the end of the game.
It's very cool.
In God Home, if you beat Absolute Radiance, you become an even more fucked up one. And in the ending, you kind of come out of that as this like rampaging fucked up Void monster, and like it's kind of implied that you kill Hornet afterwards.
Damn it!
Like. But there's also an ending beyond that can fix that.
I said I will touch no flowers. I will fight no Pantheon, and I was satisfied.
Yeah.
I was satisfied with the original true ending as it is. I watched them on YouTube. They're very good. I like the ending. It seems sort of odd that you can beat the game that way.
It's weird. As far as I'm concerned, the canon ending is the one where you fight Radiance and then that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
That one's a good ending.
Because, like, Silksong, I don't imagine Silksong's a prequel. I feel like it has to be a sequel.
No, yeah.
I mean, I guess it could go either way, but, we're not talking about Silksong yet. Either way, I really appreciate Hornet. I just like that she's such a cool character. Like, I like that she has a presence in the story.
I think
in a game where you don't have a voice at all.
I think that Hollow Knight fans are lucky that they're allowing us to play as her. She's a very cool person. Well, bug.
She's just a cool bug.
And she's got a cool voice. She's got a cool voice, and she says Adito, and she says
Shaw!
Hegale.
Hegale!
So just write that. Just mark that down. You're every day I wake up and I say thank you, Team Cherry, for eventually allowing me to play as Hornet.
In a year or two.
Also, Ali, if you're listening to this right now, sorry that the Hornet mod murked your fucking CPU and broke your computer.
That's what happens. That's what happens. You're not allowed to play as her yet.
That's what happens if you try to play Silksong early.
You shouldn't have given her a gun. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, exactly. What are you bringing next?
Remember when I said the Kingdom's Edge is the saddest song in the game?
Yeah.
What if I gave you something even sadder?
Hollow Knight, prepare to cry. What do you got?
You remember Sister?
Sister? We like Sister.
What if you and Sister and Sibling?
Sibling.
And this is the coolest shit in the game because you play Hollow Knight and you think, oh yeah, I'm Hollow Knight.
Who's Hollow Knight? I say,
buddy,
you're not Hollow.
You're not fucking Hollow Knight.
Fucking Hollow Knight. I will say, I was almost embarrassed by how long it took me to realize that Hollow Knight is not who you're playing as until you get to the City of Tears and then you see the big statue. And then I saw the big statue and it's like, Hollow Knight, his sacrifice has allowed us to blah, 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 and he's in the black egg. And I was like, wait. But I thought, so I must be Hollow Knight reincarnated or something along. No, you're not. You don't. No, you're not Hollow Knight.
Well, you become Hollow Knight one way or another. Either way, this is the theme of Sibling. You go inside that big stinky egg.
Koichi's nasty stinky egg.
It probably smells like Sunny D. And you go inside the stinky old egg, and you just see a guy hanging out.
He's not having a great time. He's kind of in jail.
He's kind of chained up, and then you break the chains, and then he drops down, and then the game says Hollow Knight, and it plays a song called Sealed Vessel, and I shit my pants. It's very scary.
This fight, I love this fight because, first of all, by the time you reach it in the game, it's kind of not that bad.
It's really not.
It's just very cool. Which you know me, I love when a game is willing to sacrifice difficulty for spectacle.
Absolutely.
And it's not like your reward for winning this fight is not a very, very hard fight.
Yeah. It's like you can make it harder, but you don't necessarily need to. The song is in many parts, right? The very first part, first of all, it comes in with this really creepy echo. and it like crescendos, and it gives you like a couple seconds of silence, and then the Hollow Knight fights you, and you're like, oh god, oh fuck,
oh god, oh Jesus Christ.
It's like this, like it's like a Bloodborne song almost.
It does. The thing about this song, and I'm not saying this in a bad way at all, this song is very, 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 very much inspired by the final boss of Dark Souls, and it's very good. I love the homage. It is incredibly smart. It's very well done. It's a very good musical reference, and I think it tells you, anyone who has played both the games, exactly what the story is trying to say here, because you can get to this fight and not understand the
you can just see,
story.
Bug, kill, got it, good.
Bug, kill, fight, kill, gotta beat the bug that the game told me to beat. But the fact is that if you understand this sort of emotion of the Dark Souls song that this is kind of a musical reference to, as opposed to this one, then you understand at least the emotion of this fight, of like, this is a person, you know, a great hero who has been sort of reduced to this very sad state, and then you get the moment where it's like kind of delivering you these feelings. The point is that after a certain point in this fight, Hollow Knight just kind of wakes up, because Hollow Knight, like, infected by big poison, by big monster.
Mommy got him.
And then halfway through the fight, Hollow Knight, like, snaps out of it and just starts stabbing itself over and over again. And that's when well, if you're a hardcore like I am, haha, hee hee, you've heard this song before because you were playing the Path of Pain. Max, you didn't even think I was going to be able to beat the Path of Pain.
I didn't. No, it wasn't that my whole thing with the Path of Pain is I want people to like try the Path of Pain, and if they die and hit it, and that's fine. I just want people to know that, like, yeah, you can do that, and that's fucked up. And if you do, you get nothing. And it's really just like, haha.
It's really fucked up. You don't get nothing. You get a EA sense of pride and accomplishment.
You get lore,
and also the reward for beating the Path of Pain is that the moment where the Path of Pain music starts playing kicks in, and you realize, like, oh, this is the Hollow Knight's theme. That's what this is.
The real Path of Pain was the Hollow Knight we made along the way.
The Hollow Knight's theme is the Path of Pain music, and that's what is makes that moment a lot better, I think. Yeah. So those are the rewards for beating Path of Pain. God, I'll say one thing, which is when the Path of Pain music starts playing here, it set off my, like, stress sensors, and I was like, no, no. And then I just started hearing saw blades, and I turned around, and there were saw blades in my room now, and I had to dodge them.
You heard the spikes going in and out of the walls.
Yeah. Oh, that last room and Path of Pain is truly...
It is the dirtiest trick in gaming history.
It's so nasty that they had to give you infinite health to get through it, because if they didn't put it there, no one would ever be able to beat it. It is hateful, that room. I love it. I'm sickos about that fucking room.
It's so good. I've beaten Path of Pain 3 times. I can't get enough.
Oh my god. Also, while we're talking about Path of Pain, the fact that once you beat Path of Pain, it seals itself, and you get one per
you can't go back, fucker.
You get one per playthrough run at the Path of Pain. And I guess if you wanted to, like, learn to speedrun it, you'd have to just die to that boss at the end, that fight, and then do it again. But
I have. It's bad.
I'm so happy that I did not die to that fight.
Oh my god, I feel like you would have quit the game.
It might have crushed my spirit.
It hurts. But
Hollow Knight fight very good.
It's so fucking, like, because it's like, so first of all, you know, it's like that's what a fully grown vessel looks like. That's what you'll look like when you grow up, basically. I mean, you're not growing up.
Well, you don't get to grow up.
You're kind of a baby. You're a Toys R Us kid. But it's, like, fucked up because Hollow Knight only has one arm. I don't know if you ever noticed that. It's kind of hard to tell in the fight, but Hollow Knight only has one arm. Like, its other arm is, like, fucked up from the radiance, and it's, like, gone, pretty much.
That's why it can blast, like, nastiness out of it.
Yeah, from its nasty hole. And it's just so fucking sad, because it's, like, basically trying to kill itself to help you, because it realizes, like, okay, you have to be the one to get Moth Mommy up in you. Yeah. And I love, it's just very, very sad, and I would say it's, like, after Gwyn, it's the game that is best, like, made true on the promise of this is like Dark Souls, but our way.
Yes. I think that this game is a better Souls-like than any Souls-like, even though it has abandoned so many of the sort of genre trappings of the series. Like, there's no stamina, you know, it's in 2D, it has no, you know, dodge roll. It kind of has iframes, so you have to unlock them. But
it's a sentiment use of Dark Souls.
The experience of playing it and the emotions of playing it and the challenge just feel so on point for the way that Dark Souls feels. And I actually think that I think personally, when you sit down and you say, okay, I'm going to go to YouTube and look up the lore of Hollow Knight, I think I actually like the lore more than the Dark Souls lore.
It's like, that's the thing. I feel like Hollow Knight from the get-go has tried to be it's tried to be so much simpler than Dark Souls is. Because, obviously Dark Souls is a saga, right? Like, it's the lore, it wasn't originally told over multiple games, but it ended up that way. And I feel like Hollow Knight, you get the feeling that they really, really knew exactly what they wanted the lore to be as they were designing the game. Like, everything has its place. There's nothing extraneous about it. Like, it feels like a fully formed world that they then made the game around, rather than doing it in a different order.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like the sort of experience of seeing not only like what was lost in the world, but what people tried to do to protect it. I mean, the whole Hollow Knight thing is like real nasty with it. What that plan was,
like the soul laboratories and all that.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like it because there's a point where, you're meeting all these cute bugs, and I think the world is worth saving. Like, I think that, at the end of the day, I think that what is happening in the game is the right thing to do, but also you realize that, like, you're playing into this horrible plan, this really, truly rancid plan to fix a problem that may have been inevitable all along. So, I don't know. I really like the lore of Hollow Knight. I think it's very effective.
One of my favorite parts of the game is it's like a poem. I think you actually get it. You get it in the, like, for being that has a pain. I think it's in the lore entry you get. It's like this not poem, but like this little journal entry about the concept of the vessel, which is no mind to think, no will to break, no voice to cry suffering. It's like, oh shit, that's kind of fucking cool. That's me. I'm me. Hollow Knight good. That's all I gotta say.
Hollow Knight very good. I think that there's just very little to complain about with this game.
Yeah, it's perfectly fair except for when it's not.
Speaking of perfectly fair and when it's not, and few things to gripe about with this game, let's talk about my third slapper. Let's talk about Nightmare King Grim. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Didn't beat this one, Max. I said I don't want to do this one anymore. Fuck this guy.
Same slap. What if Symphonic Metal, though?
Symphonic Metal, this is the only song in the game with a drum kit, which is pretty fucking cool.
It's so fucking rad,
It also
dude.
reminds me of my favorite song in Final Fantasy VII, which is Those Who Fight Further. The rhythms, the...
Oh, that's really similar, actually. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It whips, it slaps, it's got an organ in it. Nightmare King Grim goes, "Sir!" when he tries to kill you, which is really cool. He does 2 hits of health, which is bullshit, and I hate it, and I hate this fight, and I hate everything about it. But the chorus is really cool.
He bows at you.
He doesn't bow at you for this fight, which is my least favorite.
Oh, that's right.
Part
he bows
it.
at you the first one. But if you hit Grim and he bows at you, then you're a bad person. Sorry about it.
Oh, Grim. Okay, let me say that Grim is one of my favorite fights in the game, and I think is a perfect example of fights that demand you learn the patterns, and once you learn them, then you get to win. And I love that. And when you beat Grim, you feel so clean about it. Like, I did this so cleanly. Nightmare King Grim is harder, but only because he hits for 2 hearts. Really,
yeah. It's like the same fight, pretty much, but like with more fire, and also you get hurt. You die twice as fast.
It's enough. Like the changes to Nightmare King Grim would have been enough to make it
just even harder
fun if he didn't hit for 2 hearts. But the fact that he hits for 2 hearts made me go from this fight fucking rules to this fight fucking sucks. But the song is so good. And also, as bullshit as it is when you're doing it on a repeat, the fact that like the big mushy heart explodes and then the whole screen turns black and it just says Nightmare King Grim, and then the song kicks on and it's just these crazy like dissonant organ and choir chords. Oh my god, so good. I really love it. Just like a twisted Joker circus time.
You're fighting Jonker.
You're fighting the Jonker.
My favorite, what I really, really love about both the Grimm Troop and Nightmare King song, which is basically, both of Grimm's battle themes, is like you said, the fact that it's the only song in the game that has drums in it, which I think really hits home the fact that Grimm and his fucked up circus is like not
outsiders.
From this world.
No.
You had to summon him here. So it really gives you the feel of like, I'm fighting like basically an alien, and like the music reflects that, but in a way that it's just like, wow, cool metal. It's just like, it's so sick, and I feel like it's such a cool backdrop for fighting like fucking Hugh Jackman, Greatest Showman.
You're fighting. Well, here's the thing about King Grimm is that never before have I seen a character, and I was streaming this game when I played it just on Discord with people. That the second I saw Grimm, I said, this is a Tumblr sexy man, and then everyone who was watching said, that is a Tumblr sexy man. So
he's the one slur of Hallownest.
He really is, and the worst part is that when he, I said, this must be a Tumblr sexy man, and then when he, pulls out his arms and snaps his fingers, and he's got those kind of, long, slender arms, I said, okay, yes, this is the point where, people go from, interested to, they're,
horny.
Yeah, they're horny, is when they see those
desperate.
arms. But I do like ladder match for the custody of Grimchild. That's good.
I love that. Yeah, it's good. And
that's the other meanest part. That's the other meanest part about this fight is that it makes you give up 2 of your precious charm slots when you want to fight him.
No, you don't even use it.
Horrible,
it's rude.
But the music
so
is really good.
Oh, I like the lore around that too. In that the entire time you're building up the Grimchild, that's going to become the next Grimm. Because when you beat Nightmare King, Grimm is gone, but the Grimchild remains.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's you're perpetuating the cycle of life. Also, another really cool thing, the white lady?
Yeah.
Tree woman, tree mama.
Yeah.
If you have Grimchild equipped and you talk to her, she'll be like, oh, shit, you got one of them fucked up guys with you, don't you? She knows what it is, and she's like, oh, I know what you're going to turn into. Bye,
That's
fucker.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Cool.
My favorite thing about the lore of Hollow Knight is that, and I only learned this because I went to youtube.com and then looked up Hollow Knight lore explained and watched a video that was like...
Vatividia, but good for bugs.
You can't trust everyone to just steal all their content from Reddit. Some of them just try to, make jokes, and that sucks, so, just the experience of learning the lore is rewarding, but the real challenge is to not want to turn the video off because it's not very funny. But I do like learning that the closer you get to Hallownest and the White King, the smarter you get. Because bugs from the outside are just normal bugs, and then they go to the nest and then they become smart bugs. I like that lore a lot.
Yeah,
very good. It'll be really interesting to see if there's a Worm King in Silksong as well, or if there's another reason that the bugs have a civilization there.
There's a lot of speculation about it, but I'm so excited. The lore is going to be so good. The fact that it's not a fucked up dead city either. Anyway, we'll talk about that later, but it's just...
Yeah.
God. Yeah, Grimm rules. I love fighting, the Johnny Depp of Hallownest. I love kicking his ass.
Don't you dare. Don't disrespect Grimm like that. Grimm is fine. Grimm is cool.
He's a cool guy.
Grimm is cool.
Brum is the real problematic guy over here.
Yeah, let's try to
fuck
Brum.
Break the cycle. Fuck you, Brum.
Get out of here. Yeah, he's like a King Seeker Framped, but I don't want to follow his sins.
The only redeeming quality is that he has a bug accordion.
Yeah, he has a bug accordion.
And that's very, very funny and silly.
Kill epic sexy man, end the cycle. And
kill the one slur.
Yeah, I don't want to kill the one slur.
How bad may be?
I built my whole online brand around that guy. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
That's our 6, right?
Yeah, you want to talk about our honorable mentions?
All right, let's talk about... I got a few.
Hit me.
Okay, so first of all, City of Tears, great track.
Oh, yeah, similar slap.
Similar slap for that. Yeah, this one's kind of... It feels like sort of the iconic piece of music that they really wanted you to remember. Like this one and the Hollow Knight theme. Got some nice opera singing. It's got a very piano dominated. It's very good. It's very somber. This one is definitely leans heaviest into there was a world here once. There was a prosperous civilization and people lived their lives here and were happy. And look at what has happened to it now. And there's enemies that channel their inner liquid snake and they go, brother. So that's good.
Yeah.
I also I'm trying to think else about. City of Tears. Oh, I like that Soul Sanctum has a fucked up organ version of City of Tears. That's really cool.
Yes. And then when you go to the Pleasure House, you get a sing version of it.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like that the City of Tears is another area that you're going to spend a lot of time in. A, because it's so big, and B, because it links up to a lot of places. And like the Nailsmith is there, and the Waterway is there, or the Soul Sanctum is there, and it hooks up to fucking Resting Grounds, and it hooks up to Kingdom's Edge and the station. Yeah. So it's a lot of interconnectedness to it. So the fact that it has such nice music is really good. Green Path is the most whimsical and delightful sounding song.
I very
in the
nearly
game.
brought Green Path.
I almost put it on my list just because I really like. It's very like it's uncharacteristically pleasant for the game. It's just got a little bit of nice, natural, happy, whatever. There's a little bit of major in there. It's got a little bit of curiosity as you explore the big forest. What more could you like?
It's like you're too early on to know how fucked up the world is.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have not seen the worst of what this world has to offer. So for you, you're just kind of exploring just a nice little jungle of mossy bugs, and there's just some nice ambient music there for you. That's really good. And then my last honorable mention is Dung Defender, who his
Doma.
music sounds like he's the protagonist of his own video game, much like Hornet. Maybe if hey, Team Cherry, steal this idea. If you want to make a third Hollow Knight game, make it about the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, please! That
Like,
would
just
rule!
Come on, like they would be
Ogrim and Isma.
Some of my favorite lore in that
others.
game is just like there's these 5 really cool dudes who you barely ever get to see anything of, and they're all dead except for one of them, and the one that's still alive. Well, maybe 2. No, wait, 2? Are there 2 still?
Ogrim's alive. So there's one that's dead at White Lady. Ogrim is the Dung Defender. Hegemol is the armor you fight the beginning of the game. I don't think Sly was one of them.
No.
Hollow
Sly
Knight.
was a nail boy.
Yeah, he
Either
was.
way.
He was.
I want to know everything. The game is very intentionally like restrictive of the detail that it gives you about the Five Nights.
Yeah. The Grey Mourner. Duh, she's still alive, and then she dies, but she's still alive when you see her.
Yes. Very, very good. And Dung Defender is just a delight. His fight is so fun. He is another character who is not like, well, you don't even kill Dung Defender. He just kind of hangs out and talks to you. And it's just very, and he goes Doma, Doma.
And then you fight him in his like dream form, and he's a fucker, and he throws even more poopy at you.
Yeah, he rude. He's like the big monkey in Sekiro, throwing doo-doo at you. Wouldn't it be really good if the monkey in Sekiro went, ho Doma, hey?
That would make that fight so much better if he was just like having a jolly chuckle the whole time.
Yeah, until it would be very funny until it stopped being very funny and started being very creepy.
He just used like DK voice lines from Smash Bros. The whole fight.
What are your honorable mentions?
I really, really like Queen's Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's another sort of whimsical, not quite, because at that point you've seen, almost all of the world, so it's like you're fucking battle weary. But it's this very nice, nice like harp-led theme, and like you get some really nice like airy sort of choir in the background. Queen's Gardens itself is like, it's cool. It really isn't that much deadlier than Green Path. The mantises are fuckers there. But really the main thing is that it's covered in spikes and the platforms drop off if you stand on them. Mm-hmm. It's not like horrible. It feels dangerous, but it feels like a natural extension of Green Path of like, yeah, it's a special part of Green Path that the Queen like to hang out in. So we just like give it a bunch of like metal and pathways and stuff. So, and I like that there's like windows sort of to the outside. Like there's like that one bench in the lower left where you can see all those weird flying dragonflies in this gigantic cavern out there. You feel like you're in a greenhouse almost.
Is that not you're peering down to the Lake of Un?
No, you're below the Lake of Un at that point.
Oh yeah, I guess you are.
Oh, Lake of Un's cool too.
Lake of Un's pretty cool. I like the fact that there are just some big god bugs that inhabit the world, and some of them are still just kind of hanging out.
Sluggy.
That fucking hey. If anyone's doing a second playthrough of Hollow Knight and hasn't done it yet, Quick Focus and Shape of Un. That's the best. That's the best badge combo in the game. It is. Yep.
Zip Zoom. Yeah, charm combo.
It's so fucking funny, especially when you're fighting Hollow Knight, because Hollow Knight is basically just a big version of you, and there's something really funny about like fighting your older brother, and then you just turn into a tiny
little
bug.
Baby! It's also my birthday.
Yeah.
I also really like, what's it called? Hive Night. Hive Night theme is very, very cool. Like I said, it was DLC technically, but it's just this very cool, like, military march-ass, like, very trembling theme. You got, like, blaring trumpets.
Of, like, what is... I think nothing made me sadder in Hollow Knight than the fact that the bees got infected.
I know, it's sad.
The bees did absolutely nothing wrong, and the fact that the infection got to them, like, makes me so sad.
And sort of on the flip side of that, I love that the mantises didn't get infected, except for the ones that chose to, because the mantises were strong enough to just, like, fight off every single thing coming their way.
I know that it's, like, potentially naive of me to, like, try to speculate about, you know, the happiest possible ending, but I always do sincerely hope that after you contain the infection that it, like, sucks it out of the brains of all the bugs and they just kind of go back to normal.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, they get into
like,
it is the influence of the Radiants getting into their dreams.
That's the thing, and
if you kill Radiants and suck it back into the big egg, then surely that just leaves everyone's brain, right?
Probably, and also, even though the king is dead, like, there's still sentience, because, like, he's not really dead, he just, like, is dreaming forever. He incepted himself. So, like, the whole kingdom's still gonna have its own sentience, so yeah, I like to believe
I just need to make sure the bees I just want the bees to be okay, look.
Yeah, Vespa may be dead, but maybe there'll be a new queen eventually, who knows?
Yeah, they'll make it, I mean, they just slurp some of that royal jelly, that's just how bees work.
Yeah, just slather that Smuckers all up on her.
They'll just carry the white queen to their hive and make her their big mommy queen.
Oh god, yeah, that's why Hornet tried to leave, because they want to make her queen. But she's like, no, I'm part spider, I can't. Goodbye.
Yeah, you're the only one with gender, and then once again, all of the like right wingers start posting angrily on their keyboards.
God, those are my honorable mentions. Good stuff.
Good choices. Great choices. Oh, you know what? Hey, fuck it. White Palace is really good too. I just want to say, honestly, I love my trip through White Palace. I like. I know some people hate this part of the game. But the fact that the game just gets really hard and makes you jump and use your nail a bunch, makes me very angry, but I liked it, and then I liked that after it's even more hidden in White Palace is a harder version of it, so.
Yes.
And,
it's cool.
It's just very good.
Yeah, it's pretty to look at.
The musical theme for White Palace actually comes back during the end of the game, I think, when you fight, like, that comes back at some point. I think it's in the final cutscene, maybe. I don't remember. It's good.
I think when you play Radiance, you hear it. Or when you play Radiance.
That might be what it is. Maybe it's like trying to say that you're like in the dream, or maybe it's kind of like the King's theme. I don't know. There's a lot of good choices for it. But it's very, very nice. Well, those are our picks. So let's go through it one more time. We've got I brought Mantis Lord's Hornet and Nightmare King Grim.
I brought Fungal Wastes, I fought Kingdom's Edge, and I brought Sealed Vessel.
Damn. Oh, those are some good choices. This might be a little tricky.
You know what I'm surprised about? None of us actually brought City of Tears for the main picks.
Well, I think City of Tears, I've been trying a little more to pick songs that
not the most obvious one.
Not not obvious, and B, like I don't know. You know, our definition of a slapper is very much up to us. But I wouldn't say that. I think City of Tears is very sad and beautiful, but I wouldn't say it's a slapper. It's not my favorite, and it's also just like I wouldn't bump it on whenever I want to hear something good.
Yeah, you wouldn't make it clap to City of Tears.
No, Iselda would not make it clap to City of Tears. All right, let's. I
got it.
Let's. I'm still making a decision here.
Okay.
I think I got it. All right.
I'll sit here smiling. All right. Count us down.
1, 2, 3.
Mantis Lords.
Oh. Okay. Make your case.
Mantis Lords is something that literally everyone is going to hear when they play the game.
Ooh.
Everyone's going to fight the Mantis Lords.
Uh-huh.
It is, I think, so emblematic of the game itself because to pull from real life, our friend Quinn, Faye had played Hollow Knight before and weren't able to beat Mantis Lords. And when you were playing it, Faye restarted the game as well. And eventually Faye were able to beat the Mantis Lords, and I was just, cheering,
I am smiling
from the
smiling
sidelines.
whenever a person beats Mantis Lords and realizes that they had the ability within their hearts all along to beat Mantis Lords.
Exactly.
And I think
it's a success story for literally everyone who plays the game, because the first time you're always going to be terrified, and then you beat it and you're like, oh, I'm actually the god of this world. I'm a god amongst bug. And also Harpsichord is just fucking cool and fun.
If I offered you, Max, because I'm thinking about those polyrhythms again. If I offered you Hornet, how would you feel about that? Because once again, everyone beats Hornet. Everyone fights Hornet.
That's true.
And Hornet is cool, also. And also, Hornet has that really cool... Da, 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 and also has the... Da, 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 and I think that's like my favorite that's my favorite like measure of music in the entire game.
Favorite run. Well, I'll give you this. Mantis Lords don't say Shaw and Adito.
Mantis Lords don't talk. Which I think they should is one big thing. I think that the Mantis Lord should talk at you. You
know that you fight a fucked up version of the Mantis Lords in God Home? The Sisters
you fight
of Battle?
all three. You fight all three of them at once, right?
Yeah.
I think what they should have done for God Home. This is my idea. You're gonna fucking hate me for this. They should have done is they should have done a fight that was called the Four Lords. And it's where you have to fight the Traitor Lords, and then the Mantis Lords come in. The Traitor Lord, and then the Mantis Lords come in
but they
as you're fighting. Like,
they're enemies. He's a traitor,
what if
Jordan.
Yeah, but like this is like what before the Traitor Lord left his 3 girlfriends who smoke weed. Like this is what they would be like to fight.
Yeah. You should fight Elderbug, and Elderbug should be like, what if Elderbug could fuck you up big time?
Yeah, what if Elderbug was like the fucking sculptor in Sekiro? Just like this guy who hangs around at the whole game, and then like, oh, also he's like the hardest boss, and everyone fucking hates fighting Elderbug.
Like, you sit on the fucking bench in Durmouth, and he just like picks you by the head and chucks you into the mountain.
Yes.
Oh god. I could go Hornet. I think.
You think you could go Hornet? Because I think Nightmare King Grim, I got caught up in the drums of it, and I'm also just like holding on to. I don't want to give it to him because I get so angry thinking about him.
Right.
I don't get angry thinking about Hornet.
No, I never get angry thinking about Hornet. She's my sister and I love her, and I think she is definitely another one of those like test you boss fights where it's just like. Okay, going back to her real quick, one thing I do really like is how there's very subtle difference in when you can attack her when she's floating in the air and when she's going to use her like silk twirl, and I feel like that's a cool teaching moment of like the game being like really pay attention to the enemy. I think I'm on Hornet boat now, Jordan.
Okay, cool. I think Hornet for me. I think when we were talking about Hollow Knight last week, on Persona 5, we all just talked about how good Hornet's theme is. So.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Hey, Max, I just realized that the thing that when you hear I think that the place that I was hearing the da 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 da
was it Hornet's theme.
I think it is in there, but I would need to like sit down at a keyboard and really think about it.
I don't think it's the same. I think it's similar but different because Hornet has it like the notes are spaced differently. I don't think they're all quite the same. It's similar. I don't think it's the same. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think
who knows?
It might be similar. I don't know. It'd be good if it was, but it wouldn't really make any sense because because Hornet's.
Well, no, yeah, no, she's half dad, half king.
The dad.
She's half dad, half spider.
I'm thinking about it. I think it might be.
It's Hornet. It's got to be Hornet, Jordan. It's got to be Hornet.
Yeah, it's got to be Hornet. I love it.
Love my sister.
I swear to God, if they played this song even for a second in Silk Song, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna freaking lose it.
Please.
Speaking of things that'll happen in Silk Song, let's move on to our Twitter because we have a great question that's related to that. And you can find our Twitter at SlappersOnlyPod, and we make a post every week with a funny joke in it and a funny picture, and then you can leave your comments and then your comments, questions, and hot takes about the game that we're speaking about. Doesn't even be
about music anymore.
No, it doesn't even be about music, but you can be if you want it to be. I like to hear your hot music takes or just your hot takes about the game in general because we're a takes-centric podcast.
We're always right. We can sanction you.
Exactly. Here's a question from friend of the show, Aesthetic at Transform on Twitter, who says, what improvements, changes, what have you, would you like to see in Hollow Knight Silk Song? I'm really looking forward to their heavier emphasis on string instruments in the music. Is that true?
So yeah, actually, it's funny because Hornet, string, silk.
Strings, silk.
But also, Christopher Larkin has released, I think, at least 1 or 2 tracks from Silk Song. One is the Lace battle track, and not to go into it too much, but like Lace is like this group of assassins that's going after Hornet in the game for reasons unknown.
It was literally yesterday that I realized that there was like gameplay footage of this game that exists. So I didn't know that anyone knew anything about it. I didn't know that Hornet's bigger than the Knight, so the camera's kind of in closer than it was in Hollow Knight. And I don't know how I feel about that. I'll have to see. It feels like she takes up more real estate on screen. That my one biggest complaint about Hollow Knight is that the game wants to at times be a splatformer, which I do not think it has any right to be, mainly because, and this is just my opinion, and I know some people, so like a friend of the show, Sarah really hates the fact that the moth wings take it like a few frames to deploy, and I think that's something that you can kind of adjust to. What I think is like unforgivable bullshit is, and it only comes up when you do the Path of Pain, so pogoing is like a really good mechanic in this game. I think it's very strong. It feels really great. I think it's just tricky enough to pull off reliably, so it isn't like, and I'm not saying this game is worse, but like, in Shovel Knight, a game that I often accidentally call Hollow Knight now, in Shovel Knight, the pogo is like the central mechanic of the game, and it's very, very easy, which is good, and it's good for that game. But my problem is that attacks can actually go through the pogo. Like, if you swing at it, the spikes can come up if they're moving through it and hit you. And I think that should never fucking happen. I think the game just needs a little bit more of that Celeste leniency in the platforming mechanics, you know, the coyote time, and just giving you a little more forgiveness. And then they could make the platforming as hard as they want, as long as they, you know, cordon it off into little platforming challenges, and it would be much, much better. But as it stands, the idea of putting these kind of platforming challenges in a Souls-like game is, like, unforgivable to me, especially if they're not going to offer you those leniencies and those sort of balancing things in your favor just enough that it doesn't feel like you're getting hit and you shouldn't have, even if you technically should have. What about you? What do you want to see?
Let's get Maddie Thorson to help out.
I think Maddie Thorson could improve any video game.
I think they could. For me, I think the thing I'm most excited for Silksong, the idea that it's not a dead kingdom. I love that there's actual NPCs and like several people that you meet and get to kind of like, you know, see throughout your journey. I really am, because, you know, obviously Hollow Knight had that. You had Cloth, you had Coral, you had a couple of NPCs.
But they were, but like, points. The only place that like, Dirtmouth exists on top of the buried dead kingdom that is being explored.
What I'm most looking forward to is like actual like towns and settlements that are like alive and have people you can talk to and interact with.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I want to be in a living world, you know? Yeah. Also, quests are cool that you have an actual quest log now.
Oh, do you? That's awesome.
Look, I'll send you the trailer. The trailer is going to make you like hoot and holler and clap like a trained seal, Jordan.
Extremely good. I also think I would like a little more of just maybe even just more one-slot charms, because the charms are so good in Hollow Knight, but I always felt like having to make a few decisions that were a bit too much for me. Like,
everything. It's like everything feels like a sacrifice. Almost.
Yeah, I always felt like a little too upset to like it just needed like 2 or 3 more charm slots, and I know that would allow you to just like split the game wide open in a way that I don't like. But I just love the variety of the charms, and I never felt like I could make a build that was really happy. I was really happy with.
Perfectly optimized.
I was really like always feeling like I was missing something if I wanted to put something on there, which is good. That's like fine if that's what the game wants to be. But it just made me. I didn't get the serotonin boost that you get when you make that perfect badge build in Paper Mario, and you just feel like I've created something that works so well for me, and it's its own reward that I've done this. Here is one from friend of the show, Mike_Dawson, who says, I kind of want to get into this more, but high difficulty stuff is hard for me to get into. At least I can look at fan art and watch other people play it. I also feel like bringing up that some of the bugs in this game are sexy, and we just have to accept that.
Have you seen Iselda?
Yeah, Zelda's sexy, whatever.
Well, so Lubra got that big old juicy dumper, tell you what.
she can make it drop.
I would, if you're playing on PC, I'm pretty sure that there are mods that can like tweak difficulty. Because I'm of the camp that every game should have perfectly tunable difficulty no matter what, to make it more accessible for everyone.
Yes, I think so too. I think I don't know. I think that like this game is $15 and it is hard, but I also feel like I think it's a game that to one degree or another, anyone could beat Hollow Knight. I believe in my heart if you try enough.
Yeah.
But even still, I think that if you couldn't beat Hollow Knight, you would still, because you could pay $15 for a game that's over in 3 hours and feel justified in your purchase.
You don't have to do everything to appreciate it.
No. I think I would recommend this game to all levels of video gamers. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't get like miserably hard until
you have to seek out the hardest challenges yourself. You're not going to stumble on the path of pain.
And like, there are ways to augment your difficulty. There's abilities that you can find that make it a lot easier. But I will say that this is a game that you can reward yourself with just by experiencing it, by having someone play it. I don't know. I just think it's very... It's very fair. Like I said, most of the time, like even the bosses that you feel initially are very hard, once you learn their tricks, then you see.
Yes.
You see.
Then you'll understand.
Here is one from @HauntingTheMorgue, who says, I know that in general, the art style made Jordan like the bugs in it, and Max loves bugs, real or fiction. This is a contentious point for me that some people are like, oh, I don't know if I want to play Hollow Knight because I don't like bugs. It's like, they're not bugs. No. They're just cute little guys. And you know me, I have a deep phobia of bugs, but even the scary bugs they're just like cartoon bugs. It's fine. It's like no one sees a cartoon spider and goes, ah, gross. I mean, maybe some people do, but
right, yeah.
The only cartoon bug that really scared me is a bug in a cartoon, mainly Wormy, the horrible, horrible buzzing butterfly in that episode of SpongeBob.
Oh God, Wormy,
traumatized me. Okay, here's the question. Was there anything in the game you actually did find gross/disturbing, at least at first? I have an answer. The Morgue, shout out to Morgue while I was streaming this game, who just kept telling me to go back to Crossroads after I had done something, and I kept not listening to them. Because there is something profoundly upsetting to me about infected Crossroads, mainly Maya, the minor bug.
Yeah.
And just like
Mila.
The idea of a familiar area becoming, fucked up and creepy all of a sudden is just, and the music gets all creepy. So maybe not gross or disturb. It's just, disturbing is more than gross. Like the orange globules aren't that gross, but even as the area was like, fucked up from the beginning, the bugs are all infected or whatever, but it just becomes unfamiliar and scary again, which I like. What about you, Max?
What really disturbed me the most is going back to the fight against the Hollow Knight. Not when he stabs himself was one thing, but then when he does the attack where he kind of swells up and starts slamming down at you.
Yeah, that one's pretty gross.
When you see the corruption crawling through him, that I don't know, there's something about that really, really creeps me out. Just the way how he's not himself anymore. That I'm ugh, yeah. It kind of skeeves me out a bit.
Morgue says, I got so startled by this moving corpses in Deep Nest and absolutely hated the cracking and skittering noises they did. I got used to them and thought they were cool after that, but it took a bit. Whereas the pulsing orange stuff never bothered me, but I could see why it would. The other thing that really disturbed me and creeped me out in a very good way is so going to Ancient Basin, where the color palette gets a lot darker and browner and grosser, and then going even deeper into the Abyss.
Yes.
Is very, very creepy. And the fact that the ground in that area is just dead bodies of your siblings. Yep. And then there's the Scream Chamber, like in Monsters, Inc. And there's the horrible swathing, writhing tentacles in the void that try to grab you and snatch you up because you're
siblings,
made of
it. The void ghosts of your siblings getting you. It's freaky.
I like it a lot, and I also like the fact that once you get the Void Heart, they no longer try to attack you. They say, you are one of us.
One of us.
Here's a great question from @GroovingGhastly on Twitter, who says, is there a song that you think is hurt by the lack of gameplay sound effects? For me, Hive Knight's theme is always better if I can hear the Hive Knight himself, Buzz Buzz.
Doma!
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. There's no Dung Defender if there's no Domadoma. And I would also say that when I listen to the Grim music, either version, I really like to hear the sir.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
He has some fun voice lines.
He's got some fun voice. Yes. And Gigalithic, friend of the show, play Paradise Killer at Gigalithic, says, what are your top 3 charms aside from navigations ones like the compass? Also bees? Bees,
they don't
indeed.
Bees in here.
Max, what charms do you like?
Okay, I think I told you that when I did this most recent run, I really wanted to try and do more magic, soul.
Magic is so good.
And I always gravitate towards my OGs: Shart Shadow,
oh yeah,
Mark of Pride, Quick Slash. There's no need to be defensive if you can hit a billion times and never get hit yourself.
Yes. Sharp Shadow is really good, except for the fact that it can fuck up some platforming things, which
That's
is really
thing. I never use Sharp Shadow
frustrating.
only in like the arenas and God Homes do I use Sharp Shadow.
I
only
also,
for boss fights.
I also, as much as I love Sharp Shadow, feel like it can trivialize some bosses to some degree. Mainly Hollow Knight is way easier with Sharp Shadow.
Yeah, like that side dash attack just like it turns into nothing.
Yeah, there's some and that's fine. Like I think there's some bosses that are borderline unplayable if you don't have it. So for example, Failed Champion is like, how the fuck can you beat that boss without Sharp Shadow? Seems impossible. I bet also yeah.
I was just going to say, if you use Dash Master with Sharp Shadow, it becomes like 1.5 times your nail damage. It's just fucking good as hell. It beats ass.
There's some great synergies. I like Mark of Pride. Some of them are like kind of go-tos that are so useful that I find them kind of like defaults, so I don't really count. So like Mark of Pride is one that and what's it called? Dreamcatcher, the one that's just this gets you more soul, but it only costs 1 notch. Like some of those you have on for the whole game, so I barely even notice that they're there. So I would say, what's it, Grub Song? That gives
Grub Song, yeah.
That one is mandatory.
You get soul when you get hit.
Yeah, Grub Song is mandatory for Path of Pain, as well as White Palace, as is Hive Blood.
These?
Shape of Un, one of my favorites. So fucking silly. I've heard there's one that like makes your soul form like a spider's or something. I never put that one on, but I like the idea of it. Do you know what I'm talking about? It like makes your...
I think that's a synergy if you have Weaver Song and something else.
Okay. So I'd say Shape of Un, and Grub Song, and the synergy of Long Nail and Mark of Pride is just hilarious. Truly wonderful. So busted. Next question is from Nero Wyvern, number 1 Edelgard stan on Twitter, @DragonSmoocher, who says, what kind of bug would you be in the world of Hollow Knight? Max?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard to choose. I would love to be just like just like a fucking big ass beetle like the Nailsmith is. Just like some big old dude with like a big old cool fucking horn. You know?
I feel like I would really vibe being one of those moss bugs up in the green path. They just kind of chill. Yeah. They just kind of hang out. Like they don't really interface with the kingdom at all, but they're also not like enemies of the kingdom like the mantises are.
They're just there.
They're just kind of there. They just kind of hang out in the nice natural area. They're good.
Also, it would be cool to be a cicada. Did you know that Cloth is a cicada?
That's really cool. It's fine. Spoilers for you if you haven't played Hollow Knight, whatever. After I beat the Trader Lord and I didn't realize my trick. So I talked to the queen. And then this is my mistake that I had for the whole game is I kept forgetting the difference between talking to a person and what happens when you dream nail a ghost. So I was like, oh, I'll read Cloth's thoughts, the ghost, yay! And then I dream nailed her and killed her forever. And I literally turned the game off and started over. But then I realized
that lifekilleragain.com.
Yeah, though I will say that first of all, I beat the fucking Trader Lord on my second try, and then it took me many more tries to do it after I did my Cloth crimes. But then I realized that actually it is kind of good to free Cloth from her ghostly form and kind of take her with you. So I don't feel bad about it.
It's like both endings are kind of good for her.
Yeah, I think it's the right thing to do to take Cloth and just dream nail her and let her go. Mm-hmm. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Susie.
So here's one who says, this isn't a question, but I want to put this out today in the world. There should be Bara fan art of the Nailsmith and Nailmaster Sheo making art together. I don't know what Bara fan art is. Do you?
Bara's like big buff dudes from what I understand.
So 2 guys being buff and dudes.
Just guys being dudes. Thank you, Shap. I think this is true and canon to me.
I do like that one of the Nailmasters is just like a little paint friend.
Yeah, and you fight him, and he's painful when he fights you. He's pain enemy.
I'm one of the only things that ever like motivated me to want to try God Home, though I never have, is the promise of getting to fight those 2 dudes. So, then we have one from friend of the show @Milk Succubus. It's Allie. It's our friend Milk who says, which track would be the best for Iselda to throw it down to? And I did answer to this in the comment, which is obviously just the gentle hums of Cornifer.
It would be very funny for her to throw it down to the Radiance theme. Just that very first, just that choir stab, and that's when she starts doing it.
Oh yeah, I mean, Zelda's like literally lives right next to the big tent. So I mean, if the circus is in town. And Grimm is there, and she's just in the background throwing it down, you know, doing the bug drop, just making it clap on Instagram. Like, I think that's her right.
Good authority.
I think that would be good.
Yeah. Stan Iselda. Love her.
Those are all of our questions. Thank you very much. Those are some great questions for a great video game. Mm-hmm. Also, Beneath the Mask won our popularity poll, and it is a complicated.
I'm very disappointed in all of you.
Get a feeling so complicated. It should have been never to return, but the fans are right. The fans get to decide, and our choices.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Hey, everybody! Beneath the Mask doesn't have lyric changes depending on whether you're playing the Lakers versus whether you're playing the fucking Nets. So, anyways, hey Max, do you want to know what game we're doing next?
We do plugs first, don't we?
Do we?
I think we did it last week. We did plugs first, and then we did the game.
Okay, sure, fine. You can find all of our episodes at slappersonlypod.com. Recommend us to a friend. I don't know if you like our podcast. I always forget to tell people to do that. Tell your friends about it.
You could.
We like having listeners.
Or not. I don't care.
You know, yeah, do whatever you want, but it would be good. We are hosted by the Noise Space Podcast Network, home of great podcasts like LMNOP about Elementary.
That Marinara about scary, creepy pastas.
Ooh, you can listen to Sonic Shuffle about Sonic.
City Girls Make Do just finished. Look out for County Girls Make Do.
Oh, it is. See, I'm illiterate and I don't know how to fucking read. So I thought it was Country Girls Make Do, and I did not understand why it's County Girls Make Do. That's much better.
County Girls Make Do because it's about the Orange County.
That's so much funniher. It makes so much more sense than I thought it did. Oh, County Girls Make Do. I like it. And you can listen to, there's going to be more 0 to 0 coming out soon about the Snyder Cut. Good luck to them.
I feel so bad for them all. I would never. 4 hours? I could be playing video games for 4 hours instead.
You could play like a quarter of Hollow Knight in that time.
You could play like a 20th of Bravely Default in that time.
Yeah, but why would you? You can find my podcast. I have 2 of them, and you find me on Twitter at Bradipusrex, and my other 2 podcasts are Kamurocho Radio about Yakuza. We're playing Yakuza 2. We just met Ryuichi Goto, the coolest villain in the entire series, and I love him, and I love how large he is. And you can listen to Kylex Y. We took a break last week because my dear brother had horrible sound issues because his house was full of mold. Oops. But Kylex Y is about Kylex Y. Max, where can we find you? What are you doing?
Twitter, Instagram, etc. Maxi Bajillion. My other shows are I always wanted to just call my other show Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know why. My other shows are called...
just claiming it as your own. Hey,
it's mine.
I'm Yu-Gi-Oh! Here.
Kazuki Takahashi, retire, bitch. It's mine now. It's called Pot of Greed, the world's #1 and only Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast, sponsored by Kaiba Corp. We're in the middle of GX. It beats ass.
I mean, I'll say one thing about that is that if they just handed the keys to the franchise over to you folks over there, specifically Elliot, I just think that nothing wrong could ever be done to that series, and it would be a across the board improvement.
2021 Card Lawyers real. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, please.
And my other show is called Wow Cool Robots about Gundam. We're getting sort of close to finishing Double Zeta. We have 5 episodes left by the time this one comes out.
Holy shit.
It's really, really good. There's clones, maybe. It's Kyle XY. It's Gundam ZZ.
Max, let me drop into your lap the potentially controversial pick that we will be bringing.
I'm so excited.
A game
I don't know
that has been hotly generating some controversy ever since it came out, but is now recently resurfaced to cause even more controversy and buzz, and people have opinions about it, and they all will for the rest of time. But one thing is undeniable. It's got a fucking killer soundtrack. So we're going to talk about Skyward Sword. Yes! And wouldn't you know it that I reached out to our friend Stephanie, who is happy to join us for this episode. So we will be having Stephanie of County Girls Make Do on next week as we talk about the most controversial Zelda game since Zelda 2. Real quickly.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about Skyward Sword?
I love it. It's in my top 3.
See, I think that there's 2 correct Zelda opinions, okay? You can either love Skyward Sword or you can either love Twilight Princess as the problematic fave. I think Skyward Sword is fine. I don't think it's my favorite. I think the soundtrack is one of the best that they've ever made. But yes. I am a Twilight Sword liker as opposed to a Skyward Sword. Or Twilight Prince. I said Twilight Sword. That would be a cool name for a Zelda game. Twilight Princess lover, personally. But I think it's a fine Zelda game, and I think I might be willing to shell out $60 American to play it again. If and only if Nintendo is fucking normal about it and lets us, like, buy it whenever we want, as opposed to, like, selling it like a rare Funko Pop.
Yeah. Zelda 35th, baby. Gotta get the exclusivity. It's really funny. I love, first of all, thank you, as always, for bringing a wonderful game. It's funny because a couple days ago, I had, there was a couple of things that I had left at my parents' place, and I went to grab it, and I did bring back my Wii U that has Skyward Sword on it, so fucking maybe I'll break that thing out and play it.
You know what's fucking crazy is that Skyward Sword was the game that marked the 25th anniversary of Zelda, and it's been 10 years. How?
It's because it's taken that long to make Breath of the Wild 2.
Remember
They've
when
been working on it for the last 10 years.
Remember
It'll
when
come
they,
out any day now.
Remember when they, like, released the trailer for Skyward Sword, and it was, like, nothing anyone had ever seen, and then it came out.
That's literally every Zelda game, though.
People felt the way about it that people felt, and that's okay. I can't wait to have a nice discussion about all of our favorite characters, good Skyward Sword Zelda. I like Zelda.
Moblin ass.
We'll talk about the controversies about maybe the gameplay that I think is fine, but it's whatever.
Zelink being canon. Talk about fucking Groose. We're gonna spend like half an hour talking about that fucking dude. Oh my god.
Oh my. How do you feel about Groose?
There is one way to feel about Groose, and that is pure love.
Yeah, you scared me really. Whenever I hear people talking about Groose, I get scared that I'm in the minority of thinking that he's just the perfect boy, just a large son who has a great redemption arc later in the game. And I'm always afraid that I'll be labeled problematic for enjoying Groose. So I'm glad that if it's a bad opinion, we share it together. And hey, guess what, folks? We're objectively correct. So Skyward Sword next week.
Oh, good shit.
It'll be great. I'm excited to have Stephanie on. So we'll all, and then we're going to have to agonize because each of us can only bring 2 picks, and I hate to break the bad news. So.
God.
It's okay.
I can talk about when I saw the Zelda, I can talk about again when I saw the Zelda Symphony of the Gods.
This would be our first, this is the first franchise revisit we ever did.
Yeah, I'm glad it's this one.
I'll lay it on the table. I was going to bring Ace Combat 7 this week, but then I remembered that Skyward Sword was just re-announced.
We got to follow the zeitgeist.
Yeah, we got to follow the zeitgeist. We got to get those. It's hot right now. The search terms, the SEO is great for Skyward Sword.
Got to get that slapper's bump.
So, Skyward Sword, next episode, Hollow Knight, Hornets theme, greatest song in Hollow Knight. I am happy with it. Are you happy with it?
I'm very happy with it. I think we made the right choice.
I think Mantis Lords is a close second place.
But it's the process. Trust the process.
I wasn't even going to bring Hornet. I was going to bring Grim, and then I got mad at him. So we've landed on the correct choice because I got salty about being bad at video games. Thanks everybody for listening. It's been fun this week.
Been fun.
By the way, we're having done 16 plus episodes now. We are currently halfway to our agonizing and controversial tournament bracket. I've created the first half of it from all of our first 16 episodes, and it's going to make a lot of people very upset, I think, making some of these choices.
Us most of all.
Yeah, us most of all, because I think that we're going to perhaps have things go in a different way than they would normally go. So I'm thinking that in 8 months we maybe do an episode where we just go through the bracket ourselves, and then we'll trust our listeners to choose correctly, but then we'll have our own sort of way that things shake out. It's like when when they let fans vote on things like publicly, and then you realize it's actually a secret private committee. I mean, it's decisions. Like it's why you can't ever let people choose the name of things because they're just going to choose Bodie McBoatface again. Like
yeah.
Not saying that all of our listeners are going to choose Bodie McBoatface, but I mean, you chose Bodie McBoatface last week, so hey.
Yeah. What do you know?
Thanks for listening, everybody. Max, what do we say at the end of every episode?
Ask not for whom the track slaps.
Ask not for whom the bug claps, because Zelda claps for thee.
Hey, golly!
Doma, Doma, Doma.
Doma, Doma, Doma.